As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, a NAC accredited with A grade, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, extend greetings to all the participants from India and abroad who are attending today's national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022 and beyond, Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture. We have conducted so far about 122 webinars, and all the talk is available in the university's website www.shobhituniversity.ac.in /shobhit-university-webinar-doubling-farmer-income.php. This webinar is being hosted on every Thursday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are sorry we are late by 3 minutes today. And the topic is, today is 26th October 2023. This topic would have been held on 21st September 2023. Due to unavoidable reason, we had to postpone to today. Innovation. Today's topic is innovation and research in biomass for their potential utilization, an attempt for the extraction of cellulose and charcoal from biomass and their conversion to some useful products. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of Center of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome today's our guest speaker, Dr. Vineet Tiwari. Good morning to you, Dr. Vineet Tiwari, to deliver the talk in the 123rd edition of this national webinar series. I wish to inform the participants and the speakers of the university that the university regularly conducts two webinar series, namely National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 and beyond, and on every Thursday, and the International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and every Saturday in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, New Delhi. For the benefits of the participants and the guest speaker, so far under this webinar series, the university has organized about 122 webinars on various topics which are relevant for many village level entrepreneurs and agri-tech startups and NGOs and industries who are involved in technology propagation in agriculture sector, both agriculture technology and digital technology. Let me quote some of the topics which we covered. Role of agriculture cooperative societies and e-governance. We have 1 lakh primary agriculture cooperative societies, 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies, and about 1.5 lakh dairy cooperative societies. They can do wonders if they have a value chain. Blockchain technology-based fishery value chain. Land and a camera, a camouflaged treasure trove. Integrated mariculture, aquaponics, and precision agriculture. Smart tribal farming, optimizing value chain. Digital agri-tech and industry perspective. Weather decision technologies for increasing farm income. Role of technologies in mitigating crop risk. How to generate additional profit for via simple, attractive approaches in farm produce. Adoption of flexi rubber check dam technology. Potential benefit for farmers in rainfed and coastal agro ecosystems. Realizing the economic benefits of agroforestry. agrobiodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmer welfare, an insight into the issues for India's agrarian economy, manufacture and application of biochar for increased soil fertility and crop productivity, and sustainable integration of livestock with agriculture for farm income increase, role of geographical indicators on improving farmers' income, lessons from Asia Pacific region, tech enabling India's tech-starved farmers for manifold increase in productivity and income, circular bioeconomy towards resilience, urgent need for redefining raw materials and modified waste management policies and regulations, John Deere's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions, doubling the farmers' income of farmers through eco-agri revolution, Bayer's carbon farming initiatives, post-production intervention maximizing value for farmers, ICT intervention in agriculture challenges and opportunities, model village development programs, a case study from Maharashtra, lessons from Operation Flood for transforming agriculture and food systems, agriculture value chain challenges and opportunities, Subhash Palekar natural farming, future of farming rooted in Indian tradition, Jackfruit Informatics network value chain in needed digital infrastructure for increasing farmers' income, Neem tree sustainable solution to livelihood, chemical-free nutritious food and global warming, innovative future farming need for a design of agriculture, empowering rural farmers by co-creating value-added products and agri-techpreneurs perspective, food value chain, issues, challenges and potential, agri-entrepreneurship pathway for farming as a service, agricultural resources information system and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health, key to achieving the doubling farmers' income by 2022. Growth and structural transformation in agriculture in India. Moving to the next value. Experience sharing on entrepreneur's journey in secondary agriculture. Village level cooperatives, a proven model to elevate farmers from their poverty. Innovation for waste to wealth. Innovation for waste to wealth by Dr. Prakash Rao, President, National Academy of Veterinary Sciences, former international consultant, animal feeds, Unit of Vienna. Smart and collaborative agriculture, the way of the future. Doubling farmers' income, the sweet revolution. Smart tribal farming, empowering Chenchu tribe. Smart tribal farming, doubling ginger crop yield through natural farming methods. Doubling farmers' income, empowering through bioenergy farming and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply. Innovation and research in biomass for their potential utilization. This would have been held on 21st September, but today it has been posted. Today it is happening. Today. Smart tribal farming, measures for increasing economic productivity and empowering tribal communities in Wayanad district. Smart tribal farming, measures for increasing economic productivity and empowering tribal communities. Today is the 123rd edition, and a very important topic which will be addressed by Dr. Vineet Tiwari, social entrepreneur, eco and bio-friendly products. And he was also a former assistant professor, Banasthali, Vidyapith, Rajasthan. Very important topic, innovation and research in biomass for their potential utilization. To develop any sector of economy, a nation essentially needs 4 synchronized interventions, main interventions, namely enabling policy environment, state-of-the-art technology, financing mechanism, and entrepreneurship capacity. India is said to be a land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhave said India is largely an agricultural country, and having more than 6.5 lakh villages. Agriculture sector is the foundation of the Indian economy. And share of agriculture in the country's GDP is declined substantially, but there was only a marginal decline in the number of persons dependent on agriculture. It contributes nearly 20% of the total GDP agriculture sector and still accounts for 55% of the total employment. Economic Survey 2020-2021. And many national level programs, be it Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India, have faced operational difficulties for its impact at farm level and farmers level, that too at small and marginal farmers. And farmer needs timely, location-specific and personalized information for effective control on their production risk and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. India produces agriculture waste to the tune of $20 billion per annum. The post-harvest loss amounts to $19 billion per annum. We have many committees towards agricultural systems reforms. Recently, I would like to quote one such committee, that is Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, report to 2018. I was part of that committee. I chaired two subgroups, Volume 11 and Volume 12B. Volume 12B talks about digital technology in agriculture. It talks about 7 mission mode programs for total digitalization of Indian agriculture systems. India has got about something like 14.5 crore operational holders, out of which 89% are small and marginal farmers, having less than 2 hectares of land. They need informatics-led development. Their agriculture waste has to be converted into wealth. Their post-harvest loss has to be reduced to minimum. What to do? Adoption of various agriculture technologies and digital technologies are the only way. 7 mission mode programs, synergization of all government schemes at the village level, farm level, farmer level. I don't know why it is not happening. God only has to seek answer. Digitalized agromet advisories and agriculture risk management solutions. Every farmer should get agromet advisories and comprehensive agricultural risk management solutions. Every farmer's agricultural resources has to be computerized and also to be interfaced with micro level planning of the village, and digitalized agriculture commodity value chain, digitalized agricultural input services as farming as a service, and digitalized integrated land and water management, digitalized integrated farm health management, farmer health, animal health, plant health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environmental health. These 7 mission mode programs can facilitate one agri-tech startup in every Gram Panchayat, meaning India can have 2.5 lakh agri-tech startups in digital technology alone to facilitate 14.5 crore operational holders. And and this one component is smart tribal farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. Our Honorable President of India comes from tribal community. Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, in association with various NGOs in the country, have initiated operationalization of smart tribal farming in a cluster of 10 to 15 tribal villages, to operationalize this digital technology in agriculture to bring tribal agriculture to the globalized value chain. And we have taken it up. Even in Uttar Pradesh, we have taken Halia block in Mirzapur district, which is also declared as an aspirational district. And we have Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, to make India a self-reliant nation rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation. And based on 5 pillars, namely quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, what that represents modern India, systems, 21st century technology driven, and vibrant demography and demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply should be utilized to full capacity. Vocal for local to make it global is our mission. And India budget 2023-24 talks about 7 Saptarishi priorities, which includes building digital public infrastructure for the agriculture sector. And under the National Communication Policy 2018, it talks about 1 Gbps internet connectivity to every Gram Panchayat. It means that 2.5 lakh Gram Panchayat will have 1 Gbps internet connectivity, and from there, through PM Vani technology developed by CDOT, that is Prime Minister's Wi-Fi access network interface, to get high-speed Wi-Fi access for the facilitating village e-commerce. Informatics network value chain is a development alternative. Every commodity, agriculture commodity, should have an agriculture commodity value chain. India has 365 days of sunshine, 127 agroclimatic zone, and we should be in a position to provide the entire food needs. We should be able to meet the food requirements of the whole world. And smart and collaborative agriculture is the way of the future. And agroecological and sustainable agriculture, natural farming, eco-farming, and regenerative agriculture and permaculture are all now taking deep roots in India. And innovation and research in biomass for their potential utilization, an attempt for the extraction of cellulose and charcoal from biomass and their conversion to some useful products, is to generate lot of village level entrepreneurs based on the research work done by Dr. Vineet Tiwari at the grassroots level. And I was able to meet him and discuss during our village level entrepreneurs WhatsApp group in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has got about 10,000 VLEs, village level entrepreneurs, recognized as common services center by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Each village level entrepreneur facilitates the services for about 300 to 500 farmers. So how to involve them into the doubling farmers' income by 2022 and beyond? Role of agricultural community service centers through village level entrepreneurs in Uttar Pradesh. We conducted, Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, deemed to be university, conducted a seminar on this topic, doubling farmers' income by 2022 and beyond, role of agri-community service centers through village level entrepreneurs in Uttar Pradesh, how to network the 10,000 village level entrepreneurs. Uttar Pradesh has got about 880 blocks. How to generate at least 2 agricultural informatics professional at the level of MTech in agricultural informatics and BTech in agricultural informatics and BG diploma in agricultural informatics to mainstream digital technology in agriculture. We had this conference on 28th June and many VLEs have participated. Market access initiative and the price realization for agriculture producers is very important. And how to rope in the village level entrepreneurs. We have to bring in digitalized agriculture commodity value system for one agriculture commodity per village. One village, one agriculture commodity. Now the whole India has one product, one district, one product, but the time has come, one village, one product. And this we were able to have a very successful conference, and that and during that meeting I was able to have an interaction with Dr. Vineet Tiwari, and I was quite impressed by the work he has done it. So I requested him, and for the last 2 months I do not know why we were not able to have his talk, but finally today we were able to have his talk to the participants. Agriculture waste or plant residues from agriculture. These waste streams originate from arable land and horticulture, Agriculture waste are all parts of crops that are not used for human or animal food. Crop residues consist mainly of stems, branches in pruning, and leaves. It estimated that on an average, 80% of the plant of such crops consist of agriculture waste. The four most commonly grown agriculture crops worldwide are sugarcane, maize, cereals, and rice, according to the information available in the website wikipedia.org. The total weight of all those crops is more than 16,500 billion kilograms per annum. This is according to the report by Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, 2022. Since 80% of this consists of agriculture waste, many tons of thousands of billions of kilograms of agricultural waste remain worldwide. Burning of rice residues in southeast Punjab, India, prior to wheat season. Agriculture waste consists mainly of cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. Agriculture waste is poorly digestible. Agricultural waste is poorly digestible and in unprocessed form, not widely suitable as animal feed. Sometimes agriculture waste is burnt, either as biomass in power plants or simply on land. Burning agriculture waste on land is called stubble burning and is still common in countries like China and India, where a third of the world population lives. Then instead of being reused to make new products, valuable substance in agriculture waste are turned into carbon dioxide, smoke, and particulate matter, and ash. Today, burning of agriculture waste is increasingly banned, and pruning biomass is used for applications, including wood chipper for bedding soils. Three categories of substances are mainly extracted from agriculture waste: proteins, materials containing cellulose, and bioactive substances such as essential oils and carotenoids. The increasing ability to isolate such valuable substances in a pure form increases the economic value of agricultural waste. Several companies worldwide use leftover agriculture waste to make new products. Reusing agriculture waste is in line with the desired circular economy. In today's economy, primary raw materials are mostly used. Agriculture waste, on the other hand, is a secondary raw material. They are residual streams from an existing industry that can serve as a raw material for new applications. They are residual streams from an existing industry that can serve as raw materials for new application. Biomass, as a part of renewables, is a resource found in large quantities and is a basis for different industries. Biomass is considered one of the prospective alternatives to energy and environmental challenges. The use of biomass as bioenergy has gained global interest due to its environmental benign, renewable, and abundant characteristics. Numerous conversion technologies have been developed over time to convert biomass into various energy products. This review presents a summary of the different biomass conversion technologies used for bioenergy production. These include their thermochemical, biological, physical, biochemical, hybrid system technologies. Summarizes the production of different bioenergy products such as bio-oil, biodiesel, and fuel via various conversion technology. This is it and biomass energy as a possibility for innovative agriculture initiatives. As a part of United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda, renewable energy is one of the goals of sustainable use of our planet. United Nations Report 2015. Circular economy. Circular bioeconomy is an economic model that is based on the use of these bio-based resources, which can act as a renewable natural capital. and integrates principles of waste to wealth. Apart from reducing dependence on primary resources, transition towards a circular bioeconomy offers holistic and cross-sectoral benefits. It creates regenerative benefits for the natural systems, combats climate change, enhances economic value creation through use of bioresources, improves access to nutritious food, and creates livelihoods for the local communities. Knowledge exchange on circular bioeconomy. I would like to quote, it is a presidency document, July 2023, is developed for the G20 summit. In the context of Global South, circular bioeconomy can contribute to generating additional livelihood opportunities, especially in the rural and urban settings, thus contributing to social as well as economic and environmental goals. Circular bioeconomy is said to have a market potential of $8 trillion. These findings present a strong rationale to the G20 platform for a collaboration on circular bioeconomy to achieve the global goals. Bioeconomy is a key ingredient in the bioeconomy value chain. It comprises those parts of economy that use renewable biological resources from land and sea, such as crops, forests, fish, animals, and microorganisms to produce health, food, health materials, products, textiles, and energy. Bio-based economy, bioeconomy, or biotechonomy is economic activity involving the use of biotechnology or biomass in the production of goods, services, or energy. With this background, let us turn to the address by Dr. Vineet Tiwari, social entrepreneur, eco and bio-friendly products, and former assistant professor Banasthali Vidyapith, Rajasthan, on the very important topic, innovation and research in biomass. In biomass, for their potential utilization, an attempt for the extraction of cellulose and charcoal from biomass and their conversion to some useful products. Today's topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching over telecast through facebook.com/Shobhit University India, youtube.com/Shobhit University in, or linkedin.com/company/Shobhit-University for establishing startups, for undertaking research in agriculture wastes to convert into wealth, innovation on waste to wealth in association with Sambu Dwara Hands community, facilitating agriculture and rural transformation in Amethi district in Uttar Pradesh. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. Secret to doubling the income of farmers lies in the efficiency. Let me introduce Dr. Vineet Tiwari to the participants. Mr. Manish. Dr. Vineet Tiwari is a social entrepreneur with over 3 years of experience in the manufacturing and distribution of eco and bio-friendly goods. Throughout this journey, he has demonstrated exceptional endeavors and efforts in optimization and value addition to biomass and plant produce. His dedication to innovation and continuous learning has allowed him to thrive in an ever-evolving industry. Dr. Vineet's journey in the innovation and research began after he graduated with the honors degree in physics from Hindu College, University of Delhi. During the graduation, he got his laboratory skill and contributed to the development of scientific temper and hands-on skill. His ability to demonstrate lab practicals quickly caught the praise of others. As he progressed in masters, Dr. Vineet developed a keen interest in nanoscience. he pursued a master's degree in nanoscience from University of Delhi, which equipped him with a broader perspective on material science and engineering. This knowledge, combined with the technical prowess, allowed him to transition into a role as a research scholar at JIIT Noida. He did a doctorate from Physics, Material Sciences and Engineering, Department of JIIT Noida. During his doctorate, he is on the Institute's fellowship. He did his doctorate in composite piezoelectric materials. One of the Dr. Vineet's notable achievement was Dr. D.S. Kothari postdoctoral fellowship awarded by the University Grant Commission at the Solid State Ionics Laboratory, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, in liquid piezoelectric materials. Dr. Vineet's passion for academic research and innovation led him to be appointed as assistant professor at the Department of Physics, Banasthali, Vidyapith, Rajasthan. His efforts in academic and research had a positive impact on students and university culture. In recent years, Vineet has taken on the role of entrepreneur, leveraging his knowledge and experience to impart marginal improvements in agri-produce and biomass. Marginal improvements in agro-produce and biomass. Apart from, in recent years, Vineet has taken on the role of entrepreneurs, leveraging his knowledge and experience to impart marginal improvements in agri-produce and biomass. Apart from profession, Vineet is also a spiritual practitioner who can easily access complex doctrines on the ground of his own experience and knowledge in science and spirituality. In conclusion, Dr. Vineet is an accomplished and innovative entrepreneur in the field of eco and bio-friendly goods. His journey from a research scholar and assistant professor and then an entrepreneur reflects his adaptability, thirst, and commitment to do something really needed for the society. Within a track record of excellent academic research, learning, and teaching, fostering culture of continuous development and championing diversity. Dr. Vineet is a true asset to any organization looking to thrive in a sustainable and scientific development with marginal impacts on masses and environment. With this, I would like to request Dr. Vineet Tiwari to join the National Webinar Series on doubling farmers' income by 2022 beyond. And, it is an Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture to talk on the topic innovation and research in biomass for their potential utilization. Over to Dr. Vineet Tiwari.
Hello.
Yes.
A very good afternoon to all. Very good afternoon to all. My name is Vineet Tiwari. I'm going to represent the extraction of cellulose and charcoal from biomass and their conversion to some useful products. Biomass is anything which comes from nature and consists of carbon. And we have lot. We have lot of biomass in our surroundings, but all going in waste. There is a big opportunity in biomass to convert in something which is really useful for the society at large. So I'm going to talk on the same thing. The biomass we see around her is a renewable source of carbon. And when you got carbon, you have immense opportunity to convert something useful. Carbon can cause pollution, but carbon can also give very useful products. So the biomass which you see around us consists of many useful things which called cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin. Cellulose is something which you see around. Can I also explain myself in Hindi, sir? Okay. So cellulose is something which found in plants, wood, and animal waste. And lignin is something which binds cellulose inside the plants, wood, and animal waste. So we are going to extract cellulose and lignin from plant, wood, and animal waste, and going to convert those things in something useful, of something which of some daily use. So you are going to see a miracle. Those things which counts in waste, that is plants, leaves, wood, and animal waste, they are going to give something very miraculous because they consist of carbon. They consist of carbon bonding with oxygen and hydrogen, and we are going to utilize this bond in a very fruitful manner. So we proceed. You can see that this is a plant cell. The green part of the plant cell is cellulose. Cellulose is a very organized thing inside the plant, and they are the combination of glucose units. It is a kind of polymer, a natural polymer inside the plants. The yellow part, you can see that that is hemicellulose. This is unorganized cellulose. This also consists of glucose units, but they are not combined in a pattern. So the green part is the natural polymer, consists of glucose units which combine in a regular pattern, and hemicellulose also consists of glucose units, but they are not combined in natural pattern. Consider a piece of wood. The outer layer is hemicellulose and the inner layer is cellulose. And the thing which bind all these things together, that is lignin. So cellulose, hemicellulose and lignin is a self-organized technique of nature to give plants, leaves and animal waste. The very miraculous thing is that what is the most abundant natural source of organic compound? What is the most abundant natural source of organic compound? That is wood, leaves and animal waste. So we can see that the vegetable matter consists of 33% of cellulose, cotton consists of 90% of cellulose, and wood consists of 50% of cellulose. We can process and we can extract this cellulose from plants and can produce useful things such as papers, fibers, can also used in food industries, the pharma industries, in cosmetics. Because when we extract cellulose from the plants, they have very good properties such as thickener, they can provide viscosity, they can stabilize the emulsion, they also have water retaining properties. Now the lignin. The most abundant natural source of carbon is cellulose. We can extract that from biomass. The second most abundant carbon source from nature, that is lignin. Lignin is an aromatic compound. When we extract cellulose and lignin from the biomass, then after the extraction and filtration process, there is a byproduct remains that is of some aroma. That byproduct after the extraction of cellulose remains that consists of aroma, that is lignin, the second most abundant organic material on earth. Lignin is used in uh, plywood industries. It is a kind of adhesive and act as a binder in various industries and is an aromatic compound also. This is a miracle. The biomass, which after adding with water is going to give some foul smell, some not good smell. But after the extraction of cellulose, the byproduct remained from that biomass material that is of some aroma. This is a miracle. This is a miracle. Now we are going to discuss how can we extract cellulose from biomass. The first part is the conditioning. Suppose you consist of some, you collect some stems, leaves, and they are hard. They are hard. So we need to condition them before proceeding for the extraction. How can we condition the biomass? The process is very simple, and why we are going to do to soften that and producing a small size of biomass, so that we can easily extract cellulose from that and Small size and softened biomass have a higher surface area to react with necessary chemicals and even the higher rate of reaction. So why we need conditioning? Conditioning is because to soften the biomass and to increase the surface area for the interaction with the chemicals which we are going to use for the extractions, and to increasing the rate of reaction. Conditioning is simple. Just collect some biomass, and as you can see in the picture, and dip in the bucket full of water. It depends on the density of the biomass. What should be the amount of the water? That from 1:5 to 1:10 ratio. And after 6 to 8 hours, and if better we can leave for 12 to 24 hours, we can good conditioning of biomass. And after the conditioning, drained out the water, and the material which is left after the draining, uh, make them small pieces of that using some churning or mixer. So now what we get? We get the soft biomass of small size particles after the conditioning process. What will be the next step for the extraction? This is alkaline treated. This is some chemistry and a bit technical, but we can easily understand that. We are going to use some alkaline chemical, and that is sodium hydroxide, and popularly known as caustic soda. Why we need caustic soda? We need caustic soda to remove lignin and hemicellulose from the biomass to extract the and the main product of cellulose. We need some that is sodium hydroxide or caustic soda. You can see the chemical reaction. The left side is a combination of lignin and cellulose. Sodium hydroxide or caustic soda, we can see that there is a cellulose and separate out lignin. What the alkaline treatment did, the hydroxyl bond from the main cellulose chain and the sodium ion take place the H part of the hydroxyl bond. And because of the polarity of sodium, there is a reversal in the cellulose fiber change, and you can see that at the end, cellulose second is the bundle of cellulose. Starting from the cellulose first part, when you apply sodium hydroxide, the caustic soda, then this going to act on OH, the hydroxyl bond part, and remove the H. Then you got alkoxide, and after further there is a realignment of cellulose chain because of the polarity of Na plus, and at the end we got cellulose second, that is the bundle of cellulose. So we got the extracted cellulose bundle, but inside the solution of lignin. There is the wet part, the water part consists of lignin, and the fiber part consists of cellulose after the alkaline pretreatment. So I can sum up this typical chemical process. We applied sodium hydroxide, which is popularly known as caustic soda, that is going to act over hydroxyl bond and disturb the polarity of OH and take place H. The Na take place H, then there is a reversal of polarity of cellulose chain, and at the end we got the fiber, bundle of cellulose fiber inside the solution of liquid. Next. But still after, this is not the complete extraction. After the alkaline pretreatment, after the application of caustic soda, definitely we got extracted cellulose bundle inside the solution of liquid, but there is a still need of purification. The purification need is to react with the leftover lignin units inside the solution. Also, to clean the fiber cellulose surface, modify them, or to produce a white pulp powder of cellulose. In the previous part, after the alkaline pretreatment, we got bundle of cellulose fibers inside the solution of lignin and hemicellulose. In the next part, we are going to be the bleaching of cellulose fiber with some chlorine or hydrogen peroxide. But chlorine bleaching agents are expensive and not environment friendly. So we prefer the hydrogen peroxide, and you can see that the concentration is 0.3% weight by volume. We applied this hydrogen peroxide solution to the previous one, and that produced a white yeast of powder after filtration. So we can sum up at that. Application of caustic soda produced a bundle of fibers inside the lignin solution, and then hydrogen peroxide yeast of that, and after filtration we got a white pulp powder. So up to this point, using caustic soda and hydrogen peroxide, we got a white pulp of cellulose. But depending upon the extraction treatment, depending upon the temperature, time, and the chemical used for the extraction treatment, depending upon the purification condition, and also depending upon the nature of biomass, we get diverse properties of cellulose. But we need a best cellulose, so we have to characterize that white pulp bleached cellulose powder to understand its property, because biomass is of diverse nature. So what we are going to use biomass, that will definitely affect the property of cellulose. What will be the temperature of extraction condition, what chemical we are going to use for the extraction and purification, that will also decide the property of cellulose. So we need to characterize the output product. So what are the techniques for the characterization? Here you can see that this is a plot obtained from Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. There is a machine called infrared spectrometer that produces this plot. So in that plot, we can see that on the y-axis side, there is a transmittance, and on the base side, on the x-axis side, there is a wave number. So by applying the different frequencies of infrared region over the pulp cellulose inside the infrared spectrometer, we can characterize the nature of cellulose. How? We can see that the absence of any absorbance peak in between 1600 and 1510 centimeter inverse wave number. Between the 1600 and the 1510 centimeter inverse wave number, there is no absorption. So that reflects the absence of lignin inside the cellulose pulp. Because if there is some lignin inside the cellulose pulp, then definitely there will be a peak between 1600 and 1510 centimeter inverse wave. But as we got no peak between these two wave numbers, so lignin is not present inside our cellulose pulp. So we got white pulp extracted cellulose after the bleaching, and the leftover solution can contain the lignin, but the white pulp bleached off powder, that consists of cellulose only, as shown by the Fourier transform equivalent spectrum. And this is the absence of lignin shown by this spectra. Now there are no ring inside the glucose unit of cellulose, and for that vibration we got a peak at 1076 to 1022 centimeter inverse. We get a major peak at this point that reflects the vibration of COC pyranose ring present in the glucose unit. And another characteristic peak of cellulose, we can see that 896 centimeter inverse wave number. So the peak at 1076 up to 1022 centimeter inverse, and the peak at 896 centimeter inverse shows the presence of glucose unit inside the cellulose. So there is a cellulose that's shown by the presence of these absorption peak, and there is an absence of lignin that's shown by the absence of peak at 1600 up to 1500. So from the Fourier transform infrared spectra obtained from an infrared spectrometer, we got that we got cellulose after the bleaching, and there is an absence of lignin. This is another characterization technique known as X-ray diffraction that is used to characterize our cellulose property. Whether we got cellulose or hemicellulose, actually cellulose is a crystalline material. So if it highly crystalline, that is of good use, we can make cellulose composites from that. But if it is of low crystallinity, then it is of less. So we have to understand the crystallinity and presence of inside the cellulose that is characterized by X-ray diffraction. There is a percentile crystallinity index formula given in the slide, and from the plot of intensity versus 2 theta at the intensity at the major peak, we can get the percentage crystallinity index. So if it is of high, the percentage crystallinity index is of high value, and we can say that we got a good quality cellulose from our extraction procedure. The third technique, which is known as, which is also used to characterize cellulose, that is scanning electron microscope. What the scanning electron microscopy gives, that is the visualization of the microstructural portion of the fiber. We actually, with the naked eye, we can't see what is inside our cellulose, but with the scanning electron microscope, we can see the fiber inside the cellulose, and also can see the lignin droplet if it's there. We can see in the A and the B figure, B is the highly magnified scanning electron microscope figure, and A is the less magnified. We can see the fibrous nature inside that. So there is a cellulose. If there is some lignin droplet, then it can also be shown by the scanning electron microscopy. So scanning electron microscopy is type of microscope. With the electron beam, we can see inside the material. So from the scanning electron microscopy, we got that we get good quality of cellulose. We can see the fibrous nature inside figure A and B. Now let me see what are the C represent. C is the energy dispersive X-ray analysis obtained from the data of the scanning electron microscope. With a software that is used to produce the X-ray and dispersive X-ray analysis, we can got the real content, exact content of the carbon and oxygen inside our material. So from the energy dispersive X-ray analysis of our material, from the data obtained from scanning electron microscopy, we can see that we got 46.2% carbon and 51.42% oxygen. You can see in the figure C, there is a data. The carbon is 46.2% and the oxygen is 51.42%. That match with the natural cellulose composition, that is 44.44% and 49.39% oxygen. So we can say that we got cellulose that is of fibrous nature, and that also consists of carbon and oxygen in that percentage which match the natural cellulose element composition. From with these three techniques, from the Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, from the X-ray diffraction, from the scanning electron
When you
microscopy.
speak to the mic, can you keep the mic very near to?
Okay. Now it's audible, sir?
Yeah, please, please.
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So from
Carry on.
all these, so from all these characterization techniques, we are able to understand that we got good quality cellulose of high crystallinity and natural composition of carbon and oxygen inside that. So not only the extraction is important, the more important part is the characterization. So until and unless you are not able to characterize your obtained cellulose, you can't say that you got cellulose. Okay. So after the characterization, we can say that we got good quality cellulose. There is one more technique that is known as thermogravimetric analysis, which is which is the plot of a decrease in the mass with respect to the applied temperature to the material. That is also a technique. We show the thermal stability of lignins, hemicellulose, and cellulose. So for the majority of applications of cellulose, you have to characterize your material with XRD, FTIR, SEM, and there are more microscopic techniques, that is atomic force microscopy and TEM technique, that will give a better representation of your material. Now, we got cellulose from the biomass, but there is a more miraculous material we can obtain from cellulose, that is known as carboxymethyl cellulose. Carboxymethyl cellulose, also known as cellulose gum, is a derivative of cellulose which of better properties as compared to cellulose. The cellulose is hydrophobic in nature, but carboxymethyl cellulose is hydrophilic in nature. It is easy to dissolve carboxymethyl cellulose even in cold water, but you can't dissolve cellulose with cold water. Cellulose settle down at the later stage. So you have to processed more to got carboxymethyl cellulose. Now, how? Firstly, we can understand what will be the difference between carboxymethyl cellulose and cellulose. The difference is that there are sources of that. We can discuss it later. That is CH2COOH. That is that functional group if attached to the cellulose OH part. If hydroxyl group is removed or substituted by the carboxymethyl group, you got carboxymethyl cellulose. So cellulose is what? Natural polymer consists of glucose units with hydroxyl groups, but carboxymethyl cellulose is a little bit different. In the place of hydroxyl group, we got carboxymethyl group. So by attaching the carboxymethyl group, by substituting the hydroxyl group, we got a better material, that is carboxymethyl cellulose. Carboxymethyl cellulose of excellent water retention capacity, of viscosity and stabilizing agent, and even we can use it to form the foaming. In place of chemical surfactant, we can use carboxymethyl cellulose to produce the natural foaming. Now, what are the sources of that carboxymethyl groups which we are going to use to substitute hydroxyl groups in cellulose chain? What are the sources of that? That is chloroacetic acid, CAA, or sodium chloroacetate. These are the sources of carboxymethyl functional group which we are going to use to substitute hydroxyl groups inside the cellulose chain. This is the pictorial or schematic representation of the chemical reaction, looking typical, but it's easy. You can see that there is the cellulose, and we are going to produce carboxymethyl cellulose just by replacing hydroxyl group with the carboxymethyl group. So naturally we are going to apply the CAA over the cellulose to just replace OH by carboxymethyl group. But it's not going in that way. Actually, you have to weaken the OH hydroxyl group from cellulose to be substituted by the carboxymethyl group. So for that weakening procedure, we have to again apply caustic soda or sodium hydroxide over the cellulose to weaken the OH bond so that it can be replaced by carboxymethyl group from CAA. So in short, we can summarize is that carboxymethyl group comes from cellulose by substituting hydroxyl group OH with CAA carboxymethyl group, but that substitution reaction only can happen if we weaken OH by the application of sodium hydroxide or caustic soda over cellulose. So we have to swollen the cellulose by applying the caustic soda that weaken the OH bond, and that will be substituted by the carboxymethyl group comes from sodium chloroacetic acid. So at the end we got a yellow to white powder, that is the CMC, which is of no smell. There is no smell inside the CMC, and that is of the excellent CMC is of white color, but that can be yellowish. It depends upon lot of things. That is degree of substitution of OH and temperature and timing during the reactions. So we can get different quality of carboxymethyl groups depending upon various things. That is the extraction procedure, temperature and timing during the chemical reactions, degree of substitution of hydroxyl group by carboxymethyl groups. So depending upon the purity of carboxymethyl group, there is a different applications. The technical grade carboxymethyl cellulose, which is of 75% purity, that is used in detergent and mining flotation. In detergent, carboxymethyl cellulose serves two purposes. The first one is that is anti-redeposition. Anti-redeposition is that it creates a layer over the cloth. Carboxymethyl cellulose creates a layer over the cloth that inhibits the soil suspension over the cloth. It creates a negatively charged barrier to the soil. The carboxymethyl cellulose in detergent creates a negatively charged barrier to the soil. That is the first purpose served by the technical grade carboxymethyl cellulose. The second one is the foaming. Naturally, inside the detergent and soap, there is a lot of use of chemical surfactant to produce the high foam. But the necessary foaming can also be produced by the carboxymethyl cellulose inside the detergent. The semi-purified quality of carboxymethyl cellulose, that is of 75 to 85%, are used in oil and gas drilling works. The purified one, that is of 98% purity, that is used in paper coating, textile sizing, printing, and etc. The extra purified, you can see a drop in the market, that eye drop, that is purely made up of carboxymethyl cellulose. That eye drop is used to drop inside the eye to keep keep the eyes wet, to decrease the dryness of eye. There is an eye drop inside the market that is made of carboxymethyl cellulose. So if we got the extra purified cellulose, carboxymethyl cellulose, that's used in the food industries, that is used to produce inside the cosmetics also. So depending upon the purity of obtained CMC, there are a lot of applications. Now we can see what are the market potentials of CMC. CMC is itself a product. We can produce more products from carboxymethyl cellulose, but CMC, carboxymethyl cellulose, is itself a product, and you can see the rate. There is a chemical industry inside the Mumbai producing a brand Natrosol of CMC powder in 20 kg packing, that is technical grade CMC powder, the carboxymethyl cellulose powder, and the price you can see that 350 rupees per kg. From the biomass, which you consider as the waste, the leaves, the stems, and the animal excreta, that is producing something very useful, that is carboxymethyl cellulose of rupees 350 per kg. You can see the miracle. Things which consider as waste producing something which is of worth rupees 350 per kg. So this technical grade CMC is itself of market potential, is itself a product, and we can also produce different products with CMC. We can see that in the food industry, it is used to stabilize ice creams. The food industry can also provide viscosity and stabilize ice creams. And due to its high viscosity and non-toxic nature, it is also used in toothpaste, laxatives, diet pills. The basic properties of carboxymethyl cellulose is that it can produce viscosity. it can retain water, it can stabilize emulsions, and it can produce foaming. And you can see in the laundry detergents, it is used to create a negatively charged barrier to soils over clothes, and also to produce foaming. And one more interesting application of CMC in the wine industry. In the wine industry, there is a lot of utilization of megawatts of electricity to stabilize wine. To inhibit the tartrate precipitation inside the wine, there is a need of producing a cooled environment using a lot of electricity. But you can also achieve this condition inside the ice packs made by the carboxymethyl solutes, that is known as eutectic mixtures. Eutectic mixtures are those mixtures which can lower down the freezing points. So the CMC based eutectic mixtures produce that much of cooling which is needed by the wine industry to inhibit the target precipitation. So it is very interesting application because you are saving lot of electricity which is going to use by the wine industry to produce a cool environment. So not only CMC in itself a product, but it is of large utilization in food, pharma, cosmetics, detergent, and in the wine industry. Now, what should be the better source of carboxymethyl? Biomass consists of plants, leaves, stems, wood, and animal excreta. But
Previous
plant
slide
cellulose.
once again. Dr. Tiwari, can you put the previous slide? Okay.
So this slide shows the
You'll
market.
also come out with a lot of other applications which are being groundly done in your lab. Can also will you will elaborate later?
Sir, yes, we will discuss this later. They are in
Okay.
later slides.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, but there are a lot of sources of biomass, that is leaves, plants, stems, and animal excreta. But we are very interested in cow dung. Why cow dung? Because cow dung, you can see that there is an increasing uh, demand of milk and dairy products. There is an increasing in the cow numbers, but all the cows are not able to give milk over the year. So what will be the value to those cows which are not going to milk? They can give cow dung, and cow dung is a very good biomass. Why? Because the cow dung is a partially digested cellulose mass. You require lesser amount of chemical treatment to cow dung biomass as compared to wood biomass. So we have lot of cow dung in the rural area. Those cows which are not able to give milk throughout the year, they are able to give cow dung throughout the year. So to utilize the underutilized cow dung waste, we can produce the cellulose as well as carboxymethyl cellulose even with a lesser amount of chemical. The reason is that the cow dung is itself partially digested. So the procedure is same as from the different biomass. We can extract cellulose from cow dung also by the alkaline pretreatment with caustic soda, that is sodium hydroxide. And after the alkaline pretreatment, by the removal of lignin and hemicellulose to obtain a white cellulose powder. These are our products. We made these products from carboxymethyl cellulose, which is obtained powder. You can see our brand Vanya, the Vastra Mitra detergent washing powder. Why it is Vastra Mitra? Because we are not using acid slurry, we are not using sulfate surfactants to produce foaming. We are using a unique blend of carboxymethyl cellulose to produce this detergent, which consists of enough foaming which required to clean the clothes. You can also see a soap bar behind this product. Our soap bar is made from the oil extracted from Indian butter tree, that is also known as mahua and also known as elupai in different regions. From the mahua, elupai or Indian butter tree oil and the utilization of cellulose and caustic soda, we made this bar, which is a zero surfactant product. This is a zero surfactant product which provide excellent cleaning because we got a good quality of carboxymethyl cellulose from cow dung that is able to produce the necessary foaming, and you use a soap bar which is a zero surfactant product. So these two products are really eco and bio-friendly products which came from carboxymethyl cellulose extracted from cow dung and Indian butter tree oil extracted from mahua and the caustic soda. So there is a lesser utilization of less harmful chemicals and there is a zero surfactant formula. We are able to produce these quality excellent. Our more products are, this is neem face wash. Our brand is Vanya. This is neem face wash. This is a genuinely neem face wash. Actually, in the cosmetic industries, when we are going to produce cream, lotions, shampoos, and face wash, we need something to stabilize that emulsion, something to produce that viscosity while maintaining the foaming. So while maintaining the foaming to produce stabilizing and viscosity, we need some chemicals. But in the case that part is done by carboxymethyl cellulose. So our face wash and shampoo, cellulose shampoo, are really eco and bio-friendly products which made by the viscosity and foaming capability of carboxymethyl cellulose that we extracted from the bio. So they are really good products. They are of less chemical. I'm not advertising. I'm just saying that how they are made. So these are four products: soap, detergent, face wash, and cellulose shampoo. These all four products are made up of carboxymethyl cellulose, utilizing their viscosity and foaming properties. So they are sulfate free because we don't need sulfate in these. Now another wonder material, the charcoal. Why charcoal we are going to discuss? Because after the extraction of cellulose, the leftover part, that aromatic part, that is lignin, we have utilized it also. Till now we discussed a beautiful material that is carboxymethyl cellulose, but we are also going to discuss the extraction of a very wonderful material that is charcoal from that lignin byproduct. Lignin, itself aromatic compound, hydrophilic in nature, can itself use as a binding agent in pulp industries or plywood industries. But by processing the lignin, we can also obtain a very wonderful material that is charcoal. Why I'm calling charcoal a wonderful material? If your shoes smell bad, if there is a bad smell in your room, if the refrigerator or freezer have a smell, or you have a strong body smell, or any bad smell inside anything, that can be tackled by a very natural material that is charcoal. Charcoal is able to get rid of bad smell very easily. It is a very natural. If you want vegetables fresh all the time, soak your vegetable inside a dilute solution of activated charcoal overnight. You can see your vegetable is fresh. Also, you can see later a product that is tooth powder made up of charcoal obtained from lignin byproduct. That tooth powder is used to whitening it. Charcoal not only take bad smell, but also is an exfoliating agent which can absorb dirt from teeth, the yellowish layer from the teeth. Even you can see that later we are going to discuss a product that is a dishwash that is utilizing the exfoliating property of activated charcoal. So because of these immense applications, we are going to discuss charcoal as a wonderful material, and that charcoal we are going to obtain from lignin byproduct. This is cellulose and lignin to charcoal. You can directly produce activated charcoal from biomass. You can directly produce the cellulose from cellulose activated charcoal. But we are interested in utilization of bioproduct, that is lignin. Any biomass can produce activated charcoal, but here now we are interested in producing activated charcoal from lignin. I'm using two terms. First one is charcoal, and second one is activated charcoal. Firstly, we have to understand the difference of what is the charcoal in itself. The pure carbon skeletal structure, the pure carbon skeletal structure, that is charcoal. This is of light in weight. As compared to coal, this is of light in weight, and you can crush it easily. And this consists of totally carbon. And what is the difference between activated charcoal and charcoal? You are able to obtain charcoal from biomass, cellulose, as well as lignin. That charcoal consists of pure carbon. But you have to activate that. You have to create pore inside or the void inside that skeletal pattern. That is activation to produce the excellent property. The charcoal cannot purify water, but activated charcoal easily can purify water because it consists of mesoporous and micropores which can absorb pollutants from the water and produce clean water. So the activated charcoal is excellent when we compare with charcoal. So what will be the procedure? Why we are using cellulose or lignin to produce charcoal? Because cellulose provides mesoporous structure and lignin promotes the layered microporous structure inside the charcoal. What is mesoporous structure? That is those pores which are in the range from 2 nanometer to 50 nanometer, that are mesopores, and which is less than 2 nanometer, that is micropores. So cellulose and lignin provide good pore size inside the produced charcoal. Therefore, we are using it as the source material for charcoal. So the extraction of charcoal consists of carbonization. What is carbonization? As per the name indicates, the carbonization in itself is removal of everything apart from carbon. Removal of everything apart from the carbon from the source material, that is carbonization. How we can do it? How we can do it? Firstly, heat your base material in open air to remove all the water or moisture inside the material. Then, in the closed chamber, to promote the anoxic combustion process, heat it in closed chamber. Firstly, remove all the moisture and water in open. Then, inside the chamber, that will produce pure carbon. That is carbonization of your source material, which is lignin in our case, that produce charcoal. So after the carbonization, you got charcoal. But the material you got after the lignin, you have to find that any brownish material inside the output which is not easy to break. That brownish material inside the output which is not easy to break, that is not charcoal. Charcoal is black, it light in weight, and you can easily crush it. So after the carbonization, if you got something browny and very difficult to take out, that is not charcoal, that is biomass. So you have to do sorting. The third step to produce the charcoal, that is activation. Activation can be done by the pyrolysis. What is pyro? There are two type of lysis, that is hydro and pyro. Hydro in the presence of water, pyrolysis in closed chamber. And in the case of pyrolysis, you have to provide temperature from 800 degrees Celsius to 1000. That is not easy to achieve by all the developing countries. Suppose if we are going to produce charcoal in a rural area, we are not able to produce this much of temperature. So the activation of charcoal by providing pyrolysis or a very high temperature from 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius is not possible. It's difficult, it's possible, but it is very difficult. So we move for chemical activation. Chemical activation can be done by chloride salts. That is zinc chloride. That can be calcium chloride, and very popular article salt, sodium chloride can also produce activation. How? We after the carbonization, after the sorting of brownish material, we soak our carbonized or the charcoal inside the chloride salt solution, that can be ZnCl2, calcium chloride or table salt sodium chloride for 24 hours. Then open dry, or you can dry it at 100 degrees Celsius in an oven, and then packed in a closed packet. The packing is very important, because if you leave outside for some time, it again react with oxygen. If there is some uh, weak bond inside the charcoal or activated charcoal, if you leave it outside in open air for some time, it will definitely react with something. So we can summarize: from the lignin byproduct or the cellulose, we can produce activated charcoal. The reason is that they can provide mesopolsum microporous structure inside the activated charcoal. So first step is carbonization, heating in the presence of oxygen to remove all the moisture. Then in absence of oxygen, and after the sorting of brownish material, we obtain charcoal, and then with activation with with pyrolysis at high temperature or with chemical activation in presence of salts, we obtain the activated charcoal. Now, the charcoal you obtained, but what about the testing? What what is the quality of that obtained charcoal? Is it really a charcoal? How you can test? You can test it easily. Also, without using any characterization technique, you can test it. There is a methyl orange or any other organic dye which is used by the clothes industry. You prepare a solution of methyl orange with the water, that is of some yellowish color. You can see inside the picture, that is of some yellowish color. Then add activated charcoal inside that solution and leave it for 10 to 15 minutes for the absorption of organic dye inside the solution, and then filter that solution using a coffee filter. You can see as the right beaker consists of less yellowish solution, the left beaker consists of higher yellowish solution. The left beaker is the methyl orange solution, and the right one is exfoliated by the addition of activated charcoal. So with the naked eye, you can see the testing of activated charcoal can be done using some organic dye, that is methyl orange. One thing is that in the cloth industry, lot of dyes are used to color the clothes, and you also know that after the coloring, there is a huge amount of water consists of color that goes inside the drains inside the river. That can be treated, and the bathing standard water can be produced from that colored dye solution within the activated charcoal. So it is a potential application which produce the bathing standard water from a polluted dye water comes from the color. And you can also test your activated charcoal in that way. And there are techniques, characterization techniques also, which are utilized. These are the state of the art techniques which are using in these days to test the quality of produced activated charcoal. The first one is option desorption method. That there is a machine that is known as quantachrome instrument. The quantachrome instrument produce a plot which is used to give the surface physical properties. Actually, in small, in easy manner, we can understand this technique. It produces a plot. With that plot, using a formula, you are able to determine the pores inside the material, the pore size inside your produced activated charcoal. So in short, from the contact chrome instrument, you are able to produce a absorption desorption plot. From that plot, using a formula, you can able to determine the pore size inside the activated charcoal. So better the pore size, uniform distribution of the pore size, that reflects the quality of activated charcoal. From the plot of absorption desorption, you are able to obtain the pore size as well as uniform distribution of the pore size over your material. So using this plot, can say that your material is bad or good. This is again scanning electron microscopy, which is used to visualize the microstructure inside your produced activated charcoal. You can see that there is a figure A and B. Inside the figure A, that is your activated charcoal microscopic visualization by scanning electron microscopy. You can see that there are pores of different sizes, and there is a non-uniform distribution. So this is a good activated charcoal, but not excellent, because there are non-uniform distribution as well as there is a difference in pore sizes. And in figure B, that is the absorption of an organic dye RB90. The figure B is after the absorption of organic dye inside a solution. So first one is activated charcoal, second one is the absorption of RB90. I'm using the term absorption, not absorption. Absorption is something which is going to change your material. Adsorption is something, the adsorbed material is there, but your base material is still. So the second one is adsorbed RB19 activated charcoal microstructure visualization. The first one is that. So from scanning electron microscopy, you can see inside your material whether there is a good pore size, high number of pores, there is a distribution uniform or not. The third one, you can see there is a plot of transmittance versus wave. You can see that near to 2920, there is an adsorption peak, and that absorption peak is absent in the lower spectrum. In the lower spectrum, is it totally absent? In the above spectrum, it is there. At 2920 centimeter inverse wavelength, you can see that there is a adsorption peak that is absent in the lowest blue line. So adsorption peak is only there when there is some functional group inside the material. And functional group means that there is a bonding of carbon, hydrogen, or oxygen. So that adsorption peak is absent in the blue line. It means that there are no functional group. There is no pyranose ring. There is no ester bond. There is no phenolic bond that is present in biomass, cellulose, and lignin. So the lower blue line told that that is pure carbon. Absence of any functional group is pure carbon. So from the FTIR spectra, from Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, the transmittance versus wavelengths plot at 2920 centimeter inverse clearly says that there is no functional group at this wave number inside our material. So from these three characterization techniques, from adsorption desorption plot obtained from quantum machine, and from scanning electron microscopy, and from Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, we can easily say that there are large number of pores. There is a non-uniform, some bit of uniform distribution of pores. There is an absence of any other functional group inside our material. So this is pure carbon, good number of pores. So there is a good activation happen inside our material. That's why there are these number of pores. Now our materials, you can see that these two are Vanya products. The first one is Vanya dishwashing powder. We are utilizing the activated charcoal exfoliating property and bad smell absorbing property in dishwashing powder. And the same two properties, the exfoliating and the bad smell absorbing property of activated charcoal, are also used in tooth whitening powder. So these two products are carboxymethyl cellulose by carbonization, sorting, and activation, and that carboxymethyl cellulose obtained from biomass. Again, is it miracle? Biomass, which considered as waste, producing very good materials, that is carboxymethyl cellulose, activated charcoal, and their detergent, cosmetics, dishwashing, and tooth powder. So right now we are in manufacturing of these five products: soap, detergent, face wash, shampoo, dishwash, and tooth powder. This is a charting of agri-matter content inside our products and non-agri-matter content. We are also planning to produce waterproof distemper and emulsion. We are testing it. That is 30% weight by volume cow dung, 20% weight by volume cow dung. Actually, that is not cow dung. That is carboxymethyl cellulose. And 70 to 80% weight by volume, that is non-agri matter, that is lime and some other materials. Inside our mustard cellulose shampoo, we have this 25% weight by volume cellulose. Inside our neem face wash, we have 7% weight by volume cellulose and neem leaves extract, 22% weight by volume. In our dishwashing powder, we have 50% weight by volume activated charcoal. In our Indian butter tree oil Nirol washing soap, we have 36% weight by weight cellulose and Indian butter tree or illipia oil 20%. And activated charcoal is itself a product that is 99% pure, and carboxymethyl cellulose, that is 85% technical grade cellulose. What are our future plans? Actually, we are planning to move in eco and bio-friendly construction industry, and we can produce cellulose-based roofing technology and cellulose nanocrystal based roofing technology. Cellulose nanocrystals are those cellulose in which one dimension, at least one dimension in nanometer region, and when you got any dimension in nanometer region, there is a huge dash in energy band gap and excellent properties came out. So from plant cellulose nanocrystal, you can produce excellent roofing technology. There are a lot of research paper on this field to producing plant cellulose nanocrystal composites for roofing technology, bricks and plasters and tiles, etc. So our future plan that requires a major investment and more research to produce those materials which can produce cheap and eco-friendly houses, and which can produce easily by farmers and rural peoples. And what more we are looking in agribusiness? Very recently, I got a training from Khadi and Village Industry Commission on essence extraction. So there is a lot of scope for perfume industry. There are a lot of things which considered as waste. We can extract essence from that, which is also of therapeutic value. And when you got essence from that, which is of therapeutic value and of some aroma, you got a very good industry, that is perfume. Recently, I got the training from Khadi Brigade SD Commission Delhi on this essence. I'm also planning for food industry, and our plan is that we are going to use solar tunnel dryer technique. That technique can dry our food products, but also maintaining their nutritional value. The solar tunnel dryer is a machine which I am using of 2.5 kg for research purpose. 2.5 kg capacity solar tunnel dryer I am using, and I'm researching on that. That produced food material which is of high nutrition value, and they are also dried, consist of no doesn't consist any moisture, and can retain for 6 months. So we are utilizing vegetables, fruits for 6 months by using solar tunnel dryer and extracting essence from different things. And in the later part, I am also planning for high energy NPK fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and the very big dream is that of village tourism.
Yeah, we are not getting your voice, Mr. Dr. Tiwari. Hello, hello, Mr. Tiwari. I think there is a connection issue. Just I will call him.
Is currently busy. Please try later.
Hello, hello. I think he has got this. Is an internet issue. Please wait. He will join. Let me connect him. Let me call him. And we had a very wonderful presentation by Dr. Vineet Tiwari.
The call is speaking to someone else.
And it is very important that how he is able to bring out a complete research and innovation focus in biomass, and how wonderful materials can be brought out. It's a very important webinar today we had with Dr. Vineet Tiwari. Let me talk to him once again. Please wait. Hello?
Hello.
You got it disconnected. Please join.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please, no, for the last 2 minutes.
Okay.
He's joining. Yeah, you got it disconnected 3 minutes back.
Okay. Okay.
You didn't notice that, isn't it? No.
Yes, sir. I'm not noticing that.
Okay. Okay. So you are talking about the business plan. You can go to
Okay.
that slide and then proceed.
Okay. Sir, you have to share slide again.
Hello, Dr. Vineet. You have to share the
Have to
Sir,
slide.
you
share
have to
presentation
upload it
again.
again, sir.
Yeah.
Or just click on the present, go to the slide. Maybe your slide will show on the top.
Okay.
And please, doing that, you also see in the chat box there is one query has come from Dr. Sudhakar Reddy. Meanwhile, when your slide
Okay.
comes up, you can address this query.
Okay.
Are you able to see his query?
Sir, no, sir. He is sharing only phone number. There is no query at that.
Now I will read it out. Can we use
Okay.
CMC in waste decomposer formulation for improving its performance in decomposition of green manure in agriculture fields?
No, sir. We can't use that because CMC is not going to produce any type of fertilizer. There is you cannot degrade it like a fertilizer. The basic biomass can do anaerobic or aerobic degradation and produce NPK fertilizers, but CMC can't produce.
Okay, we will connect him later. and he's also in our group, and I will connect him with you later. Okay. Dr. Sudhakar, and I have given the link to him. Mr. Manish, can you allow him to join? Okay, he's joined.
May I speak, sir?
Yeah, please. You can. You put your
Dr.
video on.
Okay.
Please put your video on.
Dr. Tiwari, good morning. This is Sudhakar Reddy from Hyderabad. I'm engineer turned farmer. See, we extensively use organic waste decomposer. But presently, what is happening is in parts of Punjab and Delhi, most of the farmers are burning the crops. Instead, waste decomposer has come to light, but its performance is not that good unless we do something. So I was just wondering, since cow dung and then jaggery will be used for improving the performance, jaggery for providing food to the microorganisms. Cow dung perhaps has its merits. For providing food to the microorganisms or development. So my point is today's performance of organic waste decomposer is not good. These are all the additives we are contemplating or planning to add so that either fermentation period can be decreased or the performance of the formulation at the end of its preparation can be increased so that when it is applied in the field, the so-called organic matter, which is not lignocellulosic organic matter, depending on crop residue and its biomass. So if you are able to increase its performance by these additives like adjuvants and then any additive for that matter, I was wondering if the CMC, which is of course used in seed treatment for binding all these biofertilizers and then providing active support for proper germination of these seeds. In a similar way, I was just thinking if CMC can be used in this the so-called waste decomposer, whether its performance can be increased in the field. So the physico-chemical breakdown can happen of the organic matter, which is not what is happening today. Otherwise, most of the Punjab, Delhi fields, they can be decomposed quickly and then burning can be avoided. That is my question. Lengthy question.
Sir, but I got that. You were actually asking that whether CMC is able to support that decomposition process or not. Actually, I got that.
We know
CMC is
seed
not going
treatment
to
is
support that.
Pardon?
Sir, I got
Sorry,
that. You are asking. Hello.
Yes. Please.
Sir, my voice is audible.
Yes, please.
Sir, I got
Yes.
that you are asking that whether CMC, carboxymethyl cellulose, is used in waste decomposition process to accelerate that or to improve the quality of decomposition. But it cannot be used because CMC is not a food for those anaerobic or aerobic bacteria which is going to decompose that organic matter to produce high NPK fertilizer. So I don't think so. Actually, is a matter of more research, but I don't think so that CMC can be used as a food for those anaerobic and aerobic bacteria, or it can support any decomposition in any manner.
Fermentation period can be decreased from today's fermentation period of 7 days with the addition of jaggery and then cellulosic material like cow dung. So we are taking 7 days.
Yes, it can produce the colloidal stability. It can increase the rate of reaction. Maybe it's a matter of research. It can be increase the rate of reaction and decrease the
That's
time of
true.
fermentation. Okay.
That's good enough from farmer's angle. It really helps the farmer.
Okay.
Performance, not necessarily in terms of active ingredient performance,
I
as a
got your
supportive.
point, sir. I got your point, and it's a good point that CMC can be used to produce good fertilizer in lesser time. I will think about that.
It's
Okay,
very nice that
my number is also there. If you can
I
give
will,
your number,
I
I
will
will
connect.
contact you.
I will connect Sudhakar Reddy Garu and also
Okay.
Dr. Vineet Tiwari. We will. It is a
Okay.
good point. I am very happy that today you have joined because of your
Thank you,
vast
sir.
interest. And
Mm.
let us work it out as a whole. Close user group as to how
Okay.
this can be brought in, because you have been working, very effectively on promotion of charcoal and so on and so forth at the grassroots level. And
Right.
I thank you very much, Sudhakar Reddy Garu, for joining. Dr. Vineet Tiwari, you please carry on and with the presentation which you left previously.
Thank you.
Yeah, please stay. You can adjust your camera properly. Reddy Garu, that.
Okay. Okay.
This is the last slide of my presentation, and this is about what more we are looking in agribusiness. And there's a lot scope in the rural area, lot of scope. You can go for food processing by using the solar tunnel dryer, which are coming from 2.5 kg capacity up to the 50 kg or 1 ton. And so with this you can utilize your vegetable fruits over the year, throughout the year. And there is a lot of scope of essential oils from different things such as basil, moringa, jatropha, and that is very popular, that is known as lemongrass oil. And you can obtain essence from that, which is of high therapeutic value and rich utilization in aroma industry. And we are also thinking about organic fertilizers, and you already know that. And there is a lot of scope of organic fertilizer to impart the high nutrition value to the soil and get rid of high price chemical fertilizer, and that can be produced from biomass. We are also looking for that. And our big dream is the village tourism, a village which consists of small scale industries producing food, processed food, essence, and high NKP fertilizers, and CMC and charcoal based fertilizers, CMC and charcoal based products, and also consist of spiritual retreats program to educate people and to stay in village and got more realistic experience with nature. So this is a complete plan. If we are able to produce these much of industries inside the rural part of the India, then India will prosper excellently. And there is a lot of scope. This is my last slide, and thank you very much for providing me this opportunity, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vineet Tiwari. I will also request Mr. Sudhakar Reddy Garu also to join. We'll have a discussion. You can come out of from the presentation mode, Dr. Vineet Tiwari.
This,
Nice.
if you permit me to speak few lines, see, on organic fertilizers.
Yeah, please. Then we'll.
I don't know.
Sudhakar Reddy Garu. Yes.
Okay. May I go ahead, please?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Tiwari sir, we have done some work on the biochar, and one group is there. Dr. Moni, if you can kindly put him to our group, I think you are doing human service for the biochar group. If he is already not there, kindly recommend him to be added to the group, so that any single point on any days will help the whole community. So I was richly benefited with 1% of solution to make it to 100% in majority of the cases. Therefore, knowledge is something that It should be a two-way process. Now, coming to my question of organic fertilizers, the biostimulants, you see, will play a lot of role. The organic fertilizer, even if the fertilizer producers are not giving me clue, I do my own exercises by adding these the so-called additives, improving the performance. Like for instance, the cow dung, or so not about a cow urine. When you heat the cow urine at certain temperature and then keep it and add it as an adjuvant or additive, you can improve the performance of organic fertilizer. That is one part. The other part is by reducing its physical quantity from 100% recommended value to 50% or 75% or 25%, depending on which additive we use, by making some experiments. So those the performance of those biostimulants, organic fertilizers, can be improved, not only improving its performance and increasing the immunity of the plants with the reduction. And so, especially when you are using pesticides, pesticide residues will become a problem for the end user. So such additives like CMC, or I can't say CMC will do the job as what we want, but such additives will make wonderful things in agriculture. That is given least regard these days. The research people should come forward to improve these present biostimulants and then organic fertilizers, then things like that, by just using these the so-called Gada Mutra, Gaumutra, Bolke, there is one product. So organic waste decomposer is another product. So even Dravajiva Amritam stipulated by Subhash Palekar, it is only notionally made. It is not technically becoming useful in the field because of various conditions. So if people like Tiwari come forward and then make them, I don't call it super fine, improve their performance by such activities, the properties can be improved, function can be improved, not necessarily from one angle of performance. In increasing the activity from the active ingredient point of view, as I told already. So a lot can be done in agriculture, sir. That's my plea to the scientists and then research bodies. So now to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sudhakar Reddy Garu. That I'll be very happy if you can forward one page note in this regard, so that we can follow it up with Dr. Vineet Tiwari. And Dr. Vineet Tiwari would like to respond to what Sudhakar Reddy Garu has mentioned in his brief address.
Yes, sir. Actually, whatever we are going to produce, there should be a local application for that. So the fertilizers and herbicides, all these things have rich local applications by the farmers. So the potential utilization is actually of biomass is in the field of high NPK fertilizer and herbicide. Sir is very correct that we should think about this. Actually, I'm also planning to go in the field of fertilizer also, because I am thinking that apart from laundry, cosmetics, and all these products, the rich local utilization is in the field, in the farm field. So, sir is very correct. We have to think about the Panchgavya based high NPK fertilizer, pesticides, herbicides, and other things. Thank you, sir.
So mycorrhiza can be one example, sir. Mycorrhiza is least recognized. And if you can add organic fertilizer, this mycorrhiza, and the appropriate strains is suited to local conditions, by isolating those so-called mycorrhiza and then add to your organic fertilizer, you will be doing immense service to farming community. See, with 50% cost, you will be able to make, say, 200% benefit. that resource use efficiency is one factor that irrespective of your management, see, that ultimately you need acquisition, then plant absorbing it. You see, ultimately all these things matter. Not only just supplying to the roads. How quickly you allow the roads to take the particular fertilizer by such additives, so that the plants can quickly live, and then they can improve the immunity power also. Apart from gaining by way of productivity, they leave immense immunity to the plant. Apart from doing one good thing will add to another good thing, and removing all bad things sometimes. Thank you.
Very nice that, and very nice that Dr. Sudhakar Reddy Garu has joined. Last 21st September, we supposed to have the program, but due to some other inconvenience, we had to postpone. And that time also, you told that you would like to join. That's why today I put it once again in the group so that you will join. And I'm very happy that you will join. Let us work
Thank God,
together.
sir.
And
Thanks. Yes.
yourself and Dr. Vineet Tiwari, and with the Center for Agricultural Informatics Re-Governance, and see that how further activity can be done
I
with
can promote
you.
his commercial aspects, sir, without any expecting any commercial reward from him. If
And
as long as my farmers are benefited in the local area or other areas through my efforts, I'll be too glad to support him on a cluster basis with my philosophies or practices.
we'll have a
So,
closer group, we'll network. And also, I would like to request Dr. Vineet Tiwari, today your presentation was fantastic. And you have completely as you said it in the title of the talk, innovation and research, you brought it out. You should have activated many research scholars to join. And I would like to request you that how you and the Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Government Research Studies and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies of the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, and an expert like Sudhakar Reddy Garu to join together to motivate some sort of an integrated approach for bringing rural youths to get into this agribusiness operations. And as you know that the agriculture waste, it gets produced, and this has to be converted into wealth. And your effort in this direction, when I read it, your profile to the audience, I had an immense pleasure and happiness that an young scientist like you have taken this fantastic exercise on your hand, an approach to bring in this wealth in the hands of the rural youths. But we have to go further. That's why, as a part of the Doubling Farmers Income Committee group formulation, and digital technology in agriculture, now I have taken pilot project of a cluster of 10 to 15 tribal villages from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and from northeast to Jamnagar. And in the state of Telangana, we have taken one district, Suryapat district, in Andhra Pradesh, 4 districts. And these are all now come to the level of project proposal preparation. I would like to request Dr. Vineet Tiwari, as a based on today's discussion, I would like to request you to put a 2 to 3 page a project proposal component to be incorporated in the smart tribal farming project, which is being now taken and pilot mode in many states where the tribal population is available. And I'll be very happy if you can support that. Today's this talk can be operationalized under the smart tribal farming project. Over to you, Dr. Vineet Tiwari, for your final remark. Dr.
Sir, I
Tiwari.
will try my best, whatever you suggest. Hello?
Yeah, please.
Hello? I will try my best, whatever you suggest. I will go for that. Actually, there is a need of research and characterization facility to move in a better way. So if your university supports in terms of research and characterization, then we can do better. We are somehow
Can you
managing the.
can you prepare a project proposal in this aspect?
Yes, yes, I can, sir. I can.
Yeah,
I
we
will
will,
prepare.
in this center, in this Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Government Research Studies, and the university also has got biotechnology department and a center for and a School of Agriculture Science. So jointly this can be undertaken. I'll be very happy if you can promote prepare a project proposal in this direction, and also appropriate requirement of project funding, so that we can try to have as a joint project between you and the university, in a very promotional manner through R&D. Hello.
Okay, sir. I will prepare a 2 to 3 page. Hello, hello.
Yeah, please.
I will prepare a 2 to 3 page project. I will prepare that and will send to you interdisciplinary project of 2 to 3 page and will send to you.
This is with respect to getting into the R&D mode of that today's talk. And second one is that what you are already have made it as a product, and in an agribusiness environment, in the smart tribal farming pilot project which you have taken, what you have done it, this can be propagated as a part of the pilot project in the tribal area. That also I would like to have a write up, so that this can be operationalized, and you can be the part of the project operationalization in the pilot project throughout the country.
Okay, sir.
So
I will
there are two
give
requirements.
what you
Yeah,
ask.
very nice that. So thank you very much.
Hello.
And hello, am I audible, Dr. Tiwari?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay.
Sir,
I also
can you
one more.
drop a WhatsApp in this regard so I can understand
I will do that. I will do that. Yeah, I will
properly
do that. I also
will
would like
send
to
to you.
request that today's your presentation, I understand that needs to be
Okay.
a strong capacity building on the topic which you talked to today for rural youths. Is it possible to convert as a 3 months or 6 months diploma course for rural youths with appropriate eligibility criteria to be jointly undertaken by your R&D lab and the university?
Okay, sir, it's possible, but it will happen with the both side. If you support me to prepare for that, then we can do it.
We'll do that also, everything, it is feasible and possible, provided we are able to give a project proposal environment and a framework and a curriculum development, because you as a teacher, that how to convert this as a curriculum framework. And we should do that, because we can bring lot of rural youths to get into convert agriculture waste to wealth. It's very important. We should have a
Yes.
formal training, that is skill and entrepreneurship development. This is needed. And I feel, when I was listening to your talk, and this needs something like a 3 to 6 months duration, capacity building and competency development program with a person like you. It is necessary. Kindly give a thought process, and let us try to have this program maybe from January onwards, if it is possible.
It's possible, sir. You
Okay.
please communicate through WhatsApp. So can I see it properly and I will reply accordingly.
Okay,
It's possible.
so with
Let's
this,
go
thank
forward.
you very much. And finally, we had it today, your talk. I was very immensely, benefited. And it is a very important webinar. And this is it will facilitate the strengthening the agriculture commodity value chain. As I said it initially, that India produces about $20 billion worth of agriculture waste. So, and in the way in which Professor Sudhakar Reddy has also talked about it, it is very important. And there is an message which has come from Madam Kasturi. This is an innovative idea to make homes more eco-friendly and energy efficient. Hope this technology will transform each and every home into an eco-friendly, energy efficient one. She's she's a former senior director from National Informatics Center, and she's also a biologist. And nano crystal based roofing technology for friendly houses is fully based on molecular biology. Seminar is very informative. Just 1 minute, you keep it. Just let me take this slide. It is very important. Just 1 minute, keep it over there in the screen. Just 1 minute. And what is your comment on this comment, the remark from Madam Kasturi?
Yes, sir. It's a very important field, and there is a lot of chance in that. The whole construction industry is based on creating pollution, cement, bricks, consisting of utilizing lot of energy from coal. But if you are able to make an alternative from waste to construction, then it is a very good thing. It will change the scenario of rural backgrounds.
So let us also put this point also one of your action point. Mr. Sudhakar Reddy Garu, he was one of the very successful engineer turned farmer, and he is making not only doubling farmers' income, many-fold increase of the farmers' income through organic methods. And comment by Madam Kasturi, she's a biologist, but she's done a lot of e-governance programs while she was in service, and done a lot of e-governance project in agriculture, animal husbandry, and fisheries sector. And her comment towards this program is very important. So I will be very happy if you can, based on today's webinar, if you can put your thought process together, that what could be the commonalities to undertake further research activities, development activities between Dr. Vineet Tiwari and his lab and the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, and also with respect to smart tribal farming project. I'll be very happy. With this, I would like to thank you, Mr. Manish Chabra, who is the man who has organized this program very much, and our Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, faculty members, Mr. Sudhakar Reddy Garu, Madam Kasturi, and also other participants who are viewing this program. Thank you very much for joining, and it's a very important webinar, very important topic. It is an attempt for the extraction of cellulose and charcoal from biomass and their conversion to some useful products. Not only some useful products, there are many more miraculous products and miracle which we can do that. Thank you very much, Dr. Vineet Tiwari, for joining today's program. With this, we will close the webinar and leave the studio. Thank you.